Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're taking a look at CheckMet. It's this app that's doing something, well, pretty unique. It's trying to mash together social networking, competitive games, and even like intellectual debates, all in one place. And for you listening, if you want to get up to speed quickly, understand things thoroughly, this deep dive is basically your shortcut to figuring out what CheckMet is really trying to do.
And maybe why it's worth paying attention to.
Exactly. So our mission, let's say, is to understand how CheckMet actually blends these, pretty different concepts into one single platform. We've got the details on the features, so let's get into it.
Okay. Well, what strikes me right off the bat is just the sheer ambition of it all. We see plenty of apps that really nail one thing, connecting people, or great games, maybe even information sharing.
Right. Specialized apps.
Exactly. But trying to actively weave all three together, that's a pretty bold move, isn't it? Makes you wonder what the thinking is behind it.
Okay, so let's start with the social side. They've got this feature, connect with people around you. Sounds pretty straightforward. Uses a map, shows nearby users, tells you who's online. It even suggests icebreakers, which is interesting, plus private messaging, privacy settings, the usual necessary stuff.
Right. The location thing isn't new, but those icebreakers, that feels like a deliberate push towards actual interaction, not just schooling profiles.
Yeah, less passive.
And being able to revisit past encounters. You could see that being useful for, well, lots of things. Networking, remembering a conversation.
It's true.
And putting privacy up front is good. People are, quite rightly, careful about location data these days.
And then there's the sync your contacts feature. But it seems very specific. It's about identifying family members for debate participation.
Yeah, that specificity is really telling, isn't it? It suggests CheckMet isn't just aiming for a massive, sprawling social network. It's also trying to encourage specific types of interaction, like these debates. Maybe starting with people you already know well, your family.
So using those closer ties as a base for discussion.
Maybe. Could be a way to build a foundation for more, substantive conversations later on.
Okay, let's shift gears then. Let's talk about the competitive side. Competitive social tournaments. These are local, based on hobbies.
Like board games or maybe sports.
Could be anything, I suppose. You pay a fee. And here's a neat twist. The judges are other users, but crucially, they can't be connected to the players.
Ah, okay. That's an interesting approach to impartiality, especially at the local level.
Yeah, trying to keep it fair. And they even talk about moving up national, international tournaments, maybe even getting sponsorship.
Oh, wow. So a real pathway for serious competitors.
Seems like it. Plus, they track your wins against different people, not just the same few opponents. So it rewards, broader skill.
That idea of using the app's own community for judging is pretty clever. It sort of decentralizes things and, like you said, aims for fairness. And that progression path, national, international, that adds a real hook for people who are serious about their hobbies, turns local fun into something potentially bigger.
Definitely adds stakes.
And tracking wins against diverse opponents. Yeah, that suggests they want to reward versatile players, not just someone who dominates a small group.
Okay, now let's dive into what feels like a really central piece. Debates for accurate information and better decision-making.
Right, this sounds interesting.
So users can ask questions or use their own questions. Then the community puts up answers and votes on them. The top voted answer gets highlighted.
So crowdsourcing knowledge, essentially.
Yeah, you can vote on existing answers, or if you think something's missing, you can add your own opinion. What's the idea behind this, you think? Relying on the crowd for truth.
Well, it seems to tap into that idea of, collective intelligence, doesn't it? The belief that if you get enough different viewpoints and a way to sort them, like voting, maybe a better, or at least more widely accepted, answer will surface.
But that also raises questions, right? How do you stop misinformation? Or just popular opinions winning out over correct ones?
Absolutely. That's the inherent challenge with any system like this. Moderation and mechanism design become crucial.
And there are different access levels here. Free users can see general debates and, interestingly, participate in family decision-making debates. Ties back to that contact sync again.
Okay. So reinforcing that family connection point.
But subscribers get full access to all debates. And get this, if your opinion gets voted to the top, you can actually earn rewards from the service fees.
Oh, now that's clever. A direct incentive.
Yeah. Motivates people to contribute thoughtful, well-argued points, presumably.
That tiered access is pretty strategic. Give a taste for free, but incentivize the deeper engagement, the quality contributions for subscribers. The reward system could be powerful, not just money, but recognition too.
Like a status thing within the app.
Exactly. Maybe creating a sort of digital meritocracy for good arguments. It's an interesting possibility.
Okay, now for something completely different, it seems.
Yeah.
The CheckMet game. You mentioned it's like a simplified hidden chess piece game.
Yeah, that's the core idea. Each player secretly gets assigned a chess piece. You don't see your opponent's piece.
Okay.
And the goal is to figure out their piece by chatting and using the special ability tied to your piece.
So deduction, but played through, like talking and using game powers.
Precisely. Imagine simplified chess, no board, just hidden identities and powers guiding your interaction.
Right, okay. So how it works is secret piece assignment, then interact and guess. And each piece has a special ability affecting that interaction. You get points for guessing right, level up through chess ranks, pawn, knight, bishop, all the way to king by figuring people out.
Strategic uncovering, yeah.
Let's look at these abilities quickly. Pawn
Yeah.
asks yes/no questions. Simple enough.
Basic info gathering.
Knight can jump past a question. What does that mean? Skip a turn.
Or maybe avoid answering one directly. It implies some kind of tactical evasion.
Okay. Bishop reveals part of the opponent's identity. A clue, maybe?
Could be. Gradual revelation.
Rook blocks one guess from the opponent. Defensive.
Denial.
Queen can mislead with fake clues. Okay, that sounds like it has a whole layer of bluffing.
Absolutely. Psychological games. Makes you doubt everything.
And the king gets to avoid one guess entirely. A safety net.
A single crucial save, perhaps. These abilities really seem designed to push different ways of playing and talking.
Definitely. The pawn is direct, the knight evasive, bishop gives hints. Rook blocks.
Queen deceives, king defends. It's like a little ecosystem of strategies all played out through how you communicate. How do you think that changes the chat?
Oh, massively, I'd imagine. Like, if you suspect your opponent is the queen, you treat everything they say with suspicion, right?
Exactly. You'd be constantly second-guessing.
And the knight jumping past questions. That could make the conversation feel less direct, maybe faster paced. You'd have to adapt your questioning style. Sounds like real mind games.
It does. It's not just knowing the rules, it's anticipating how your opponent uses their power and how you use yours in response.
And then progression and rewards for this game. Points for right guesses. You climb the ranks. And special challenges, too, with unique abilities or bonuses.
Right, so there's a longer-term goal. It's not just about winning one round.
Keeps you playing, gives a sense of achievement.
Yeah, the progression keeps you hooked, and the special challenges probably keep it fresh, stop it getting repetitive, rewards mastering different approaches.
Okay, so putting it all together, CheckMet is really trying to be this hybrid platform, social networking for finding people nearby.
The connection part.
Competitive gaming, both through those hobby tournaments, and this unique CheckMet game.
The competitive angle, yeah.
And these intellectual debates focused on getting better information or making decisions.
The knowledge and discourse element.
It's a lot for one app. How do you see these different parts working together? Do they actually connect?
Well, that's the key question, isn't it? Potentially, yes. Imagine you meet someone at a local CheckMet tournament.
Right, say a chess tournament they organized.
Okay, perfect example. Then maybe you end up debating chess strategy in the app's debate section with them later. The real-world connection feeds the digital discussion.
Or someone you play against a lot in the CheckMet game turns out to have really insightful comments in a debate on a totally different topic.
Exactly. The potential for these different activities to cross-pollinate and enrich each other, that's what could make CheckMet different from apps that just do one thing. It's aiming for a more kind of holistic online experience.
Yeah, it definitely sounds like it could appeal if you're looking for more than just, passively scrolling through feeds. If you actually want to connect locally around hobbies, test your skills competitively in different ways, and maybe have more thoughtful discussions.
Sure.
CheckMet seems built for that. It's offering a mix that's quite different from standard social media.
Which brings us to a really interesting thought for you, the listener, to mull over. How might platforms like this that try to integrate these varied ways of interacting, social, competitive, intellectual, actually change how we connect online in the future? Could we see a shift? Away from just consuming content towards more active participation, competing, learning, debating, all within our social networks. It suggests a possible evolution, doesn't it, beyond the models we're used to? Makes you wonder where this kind of integration could lead long term.